Hello. We are here early. Leoha.
What happened to Leoha?
Getting one step ahead of me there. But
Oh,
also,
shit.
it's
I
like
mean,
I haven't streamed in so long that, you know, who knows? Maybe everyone forgot my greeting too.
No way. Leoha will forever be iconic.
Leoha. Thank you so much, Eric and Akotan, for your memberships. And also, thank you for Domo Lurking, who threw $50 tip my way while I was on break. I see you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Very nice.
Leoha. Hello, Hypershada. Thank you so much for the membership. We're a little early, but I'm a little bit on a slight time crunch, unfortunately. So I know I just got back. And I'm already drowning in stuff. Yeah, thank you. But also welcome back to Kokone to stream. I guess not to even home, but well, welcome back to stream. Even though you had a sneaky little stream yesterday.
I did.
I need to pull on DK too, but I'm also worried.
I mean, your pulls have been great this year, right? So might as well do it now before it runs out.
No, I think I'm already. My time is already up because the last Nikkei stream I did, I tried to pull for Quincy, and I literally spent all of my resources and did not get a single SSR.
Oh,
that must have been the worst luck that I've ever had in Nikkei, like ever. That was pretty bad.
Nikkei's usually pretty good.
Nikkei is usually pretty good, which is why it's so surprising when it's bad. You know, we get spoiled and then we end up with normal gacha rates and we're like, what is this? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got too spoiled. And then we get hit in the face with reality, and then it's just like, ow.
Yep. Also, Proswagonist, Walpurgis Nux, thank you so much for the memberships. And Zelta, thank you so much for the $25 dono. Welcome back home, Easterly Valkyrie, great to see you back, thank you. And Akotan, thank you so much for the $25 dono as well. Welcome back, hope you all had a fun vacation. Treat yourselves. Thank you.
Yeah.
It was mostly Kokone treating me for the second half. And then for the first half, it was me treating Kokone, me and my friends. Not me solo, but me and my friends treating Kokone. Is stream dead for anybody else? Rutro, is stream alive, chat? Are we okay?
It looks live to my end. I have it playing.
Okay. Please refresh if you're having some issues, but stream's alive, it's alive. Okay, good. Yeah, what a blur this last week has been for me in particular.
It was a lot of traveling.
It was a lot of travel. We are traveling. That was me. That was me on the train, on the plane.
I played it during the traveling too.
Literally all the traveling. So for those who, if you want to know kind of our general timeline, in the beginning, I went to Toronto. And then Kokone met me in Toronto, and we met up with a bunch of my friends. And then Kokone went back to Goddess Land, and then I stayed in Toronto a little bit longer. And then we met in Montreal, and then we went back to Goddess Land.
How did we manage to fit that? Don't ask.
Yeah, so I just never want to be on a plane or in a car ever again. At least I need like a long cool down period. Very long.
Same.
It was my first time on the east coast of Canada, period. I've been to Vancouver, but it's been about 12 years since I've been to Canada. So this was my first time being in Canada in 12 years. Very maple syrup. The money very shiny and smells like maple syrup. And
how many times did you sniff it?
Only once, because I never had cash. I saw my friend taking out cash, and then I was like, can I smell it? And then I smelled his cash. And that was the last. I never had cash. Remember, I had to ask you for cash because I couldn't take the hotel.
You should have asked me if you wanted to sniff more cash. I would have given it to you.
No, I had one good whiff for old time's sake. Okay. But honestly, even just like when people open their wallets, I feel like I can smell it. You know what I mean?
The mapleness.
The maple. It doesn't really smell like maple, honestly. I don't know what it smells like. It doesn't smell like maple, but it does have a very distinct scent to it.
I mean, so does like USD though, but it's like that.
Yeah, but USD smells like it's been places. You know what I mean?
Like in people's shoes.
Yeah, I don't know. I think because it's like kind of fabricy USD. Because Canadian CAD is more plasticky. If you guys have never seen CAD, it's literally clear in the middle. You can look through CAD. It's plastic.
It's so cool.
And then you got USD, and it's a little bit more fabricy, right?
Every single piece of sweat.
Can you rip
bodily
CAD?
fluid?
Can you rip CAD with your bare hands?
You can.
Is it possible?
Well, I don't know about bare hands,
right.
but I have seen like people who accidentally like cut it,
like with a
like,
scissor,
and then it just like tears apart. Like with
right.
a
I mean, I think
object
if you were to,
something.
if it had like a little notch in it, you probably could tear it because it's plastic.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't have a notch in it, I would find it hard to probably rip that with your bare hands.
I'd be too scared to try.
Ramsey, thank you so much for the membership as well. And Ro, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome Raiders, welcome Cool Kids, welcome.
Welcome Cool Kids, welcome Mara.
Give me 1 second. But yeah, anyway, so I had a couple friends in Toronto that I was hanging out with. Coco and I got to see some of them too. Greetings, my founding fathers, Leorge and Coco Mace. They welcome, Roa. Thank you for the raid. My friends are very
you. You can't say no because you can't.
Offended by that statement.
Are you? Like
slightly.
Okay, just chat. Just hear me out on this one. You just need this tiny information. The amount of these nuts and your mama jokes I heard during that weekend was more than I heard in the past like 5 years. Like, doesn't that just sound like Miura though? Like, this is the most I've heard in like at least a few years. I'm like, they're your friends, all right?
They are my friends, yeah. They sure are. It's really bad because I feel like with my friends, it's like, I'm the one being like, ugh, you guys are so insufferable, like making these nuts jokes. And then like when I'm not with my friends, like I'm that person. You know what I mean? I'm that person. What can I say? It rubs off. Yeah, so the reason why Kokone wrote the way that she did, and I was like, Kokone started to talk like them. She made like a couple. Kokone also made like a couple of these nuts jokes, and then she also started because I don't know, their whole thing right now is like they like to use the uwu talk or the fedora guy talk. So
it's like a combination of both. It's kind of interesting.
They use both, or they one of the I don't know. They've been doing that a lot. And yeah, their favorite line is like, what was it? That's Widowly so crazy.
That's Widowly so crazy. It has to be nasally. Widowly so crazy.
I was like, what is happening?
It's like, how fortuitous.
Yeah, basically. Yes, exactly. Did you get to go to Ascent Toronto during the weekend? We did, actually.
Wow.
We both got to go, which was really cool. So we got to hang out a bit at Ascent Toronto as well because it was nearby and it was like all this other stuff going on too, so we're like, yeah, might as well. So both of us got to go. We did some side events. We didn't participate in the main tournament.
Yeah, obviously we only went on one of the days.
We did not participate in the main tournament. We got to do some side events and then and then we hung out with my friends afterwards. So yeah, I got my Tim Hortons. I didn't get an ice cap, whatever the fuck that is, because I was warned of how sweet it was. Okay, Kokone saw my health deteriorating over this week. By the end of the trip, I was like, I can't eat anything sweet. Like, and normally I'm not that like sensitive, but I think my health was it was just I was having too much junk through the
You
week.
you only ate junk like throughout the whole week.
Absolutely. And then towards the end, I physically was incapable of like eating anything sweet. Like I just my body was rejecting it.
You say that, but you also just ate poutine too by the end of it still.
Okay, by the end of it, all I ate was poutine. We had like 3 times. It was great.
That's still junk!
And I literally, we went to the supermarket and I literally just bought a thing of fucking cheese curds. And at one point, I was just eating cheese curds.
She was just eating the cheese curds raw, like just squeaking
raw
on it. And I'm like,
raw dogging cheese curds. Okay, it's just not the same. Okay, I miss cheese curds. They're so good. Cheese curds are just the best.
I guess like I keep hearing about people who like rave about the cheese curds and like about the squeaky cheese. It has to be the squeaky cheese.
Literally,
like,
the package said squeak squeak on it because of how squeaky it was.
It was so damn squeaky.
It was very squeaky. Something that was really interesting, by the way, for any Americans in chat like me who are not familiar with maple syrup beaver moose land. Something about, I've heard about this, but it was so interesting to experience Montreal firsthand and to see like everyone just speaking in French or everything in French, like just every sign, everything, every person speaks to you in French. And I literally felt like I was in a foreign, I mean, I am in a foreign country, I guess, but I felt like I was in like a super foreign country, you know, where I was like, I'd go up to the cashier to buy something and then they'd be like, they'd blah, 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 in France, and then I'd be like, it was like Animal Crossing where you just hear like, and I'll just like, I was like standing there like, sorry, and then they'd be like, oh, and then they'd talk to me in English like oh, a lesser being, oh, let me translate that for
foreigner.
You. Yeah, let me translate that for you because you wouldn't understand our language. So that was really interesting. There was a lot of stuff like even being in the airport, and then I'd be like, I have to wait for the announcement in French first, and then I'd have to like hear the English announcement.
Literally, the first thing you texted me was, "Oh my god, the announcement is in French."
Yeah, I was like, "What are they saying?" I think they said croissant in there.
Yeah, I was like, "There's no way."
Pretty sure they said.
There's no way an announcement said croissant.
They definitely at the airport. I definitely heard croissant. Pretty sure they said that.
Pretty sure it was something else.
I don't know. It sounded pretty close to croissant to me. Yeah, that was really interesting. Definitely there was a bit of like a culture shock in that regard. I mean, what was insane was every single person could speak English fluently as well, right? Like it's not like there's
you were just lucky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there are some places like in the Quebec province there are a lot of people, like even like Montreal, I've like gone visiting there several times, but there are places where people are like, sorry, no English.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I would have been fucked because I literally don't know any French at all. So yeah, it was nice. So everywhere I went, if I was like, I'm sorry, they would like say stuff to me in English, and they were super nice, and everyone could speak perfect English and French, and it was crazy. But it definitely had a different feeling to the Canada that I was familiar with, and also even just to Toronto.
Yeah, Toronto, you might get the people who can't speak English but only speaks like Chinese.
Oh, speaking of which, I was telling Kokone because I went with my friends. My friends and I went to this really cool Gunpla store. It was a Gunpla / figure store. Yeah, and the shopkeepers were all speaking Japanese, which I thought was really interesting too. I was like, oh, that's cool. And it was really cool. Like the shop itself was really cool, and they were really well stocked, and they had a lot of rare stuff in there. It was just always funny. Okay, anywhere I went, I get sticker shock, like, holy shit, that's expensive. And I'm like, wait, that's CAD. Oh, it's basically free.
It's basically free.
The cycle that my mind went to.
Free.
That my cycle, literally the cycle that my mind. I went to lunch with my friends before you got to Toronto, and we had this place, and it was like It was like one of those like like it's not a buffet, but like it's like a not a course, but you know, it's like a set menu, I guess.
Yeah.
And then it was $35 CAD, and I was like, okay, this is like it's not like crazy expensive, but like $35 for like lunch is
that's pretty expensive though.
I mean, it is because it was like a set menu, like I said. But like
even for like CAD, that's pretty.
I was like, holy shit, 35. I was like, oh no, it's like that's like free 99.
Oh my god, the disrespect to our monopoly money.
Your monopoly
Unbelievable.
money means nothing. Oh,
what
free,
the fuck?
free lunch. I love this country.
That's crazy.
That was like it was a constant cycling of that mentality of me being, oh shit, that's really expensive. Oh wait, that's basically free.
And it's nothing.
Yeah, not much is basically free. It was what's another funny thing is that I had we did have quite a lot of boba in. So I had it once with you, but I also had because we had it in Montreal. But I also had it in Toronto. I had chicha sanchan twice, which is really funny because I live like super close to LA, but there is a chicha sanchan in LA, and I've been to that one quite a handful of times as well. I just really like chicha sanchan.
Yeah, it's like you want to try the other new places? Nope. Chicha sanchan.
Chicha sanchan it's just so good. Chat, if you're not familiar with chicha sanchan, it's like Michelin rated boba. It's not Michelin star.
Wait, it's actually Michelin rated?
Yeah, it's like Michelin list boba. It's the only boba that's been Michelin listed. It's spelled exactly the way it sounds. It's chi cha san chen. Yeah. It's really good. Personally, I highly recommend instead of getting the boba, getting the taro balls. Wait, did you get the taro balls?
The taro balls are so good. Yeah. I get the taro queen.
Oh, yeah. Right. And that one had like the taro balls in it too, right?
Yeah, taro balls and the taro paste. Yum.
Yeah. No, chicha was great. I had it twice in Canada, even though we have it in Southern California. I believe they have it like all over. So you could probably get it wherever you live, chat. Maybe they have one too. I'm trying to think of like what was notable in terms of what I ate. Poutine, obviously. A&W was great. A&W, holy shit, shit, listen. A&W poutine, unironically, probably one of the better poutines that I had. I think it was really good. The best one. I think, okay, the first place that we had, what was that one? Because we had 3 poutines.
La Belle Province.
I thought La Belle Province was the second one that we had.
No, La Belle Province was the first one we ate, which is like one of the one that like my friend who lives in Montreal told us, like recommended to us to like definitely eat. Yeah, he was like, that's the like poutine to eat, right? So I was like, okay, I'll take Leora there. And then the second one was La Fleur. And then we had A&W poutine.
I see. Okay, La Belle Province had the best fries, period. Like, the fries in general are just so good and so tasty. But I didn't like the brown sauce, which is apparently what they call it. In America, we call that gravy, but in Maple Land, apparently they call it brown sauce, which sounds disgusting, but that's okay. No hate.
I mean, it kind of is disgusting. It's just literally like butter with like
No,
bouillon
that's tasty. That's what gravy is.
It's like heart attack in a sauce, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, the brown sauce at La Belle Province was too sweet. It was very sweet and I didn't like it. But I liked the fries a lot. The fries were really good. And I kind of just wish I could have that with the A&W poutine sauce, brown sauce instead. And then La Fleur, I don't remember how I felt about that one actually. So
I think it was like the most mid out of all of them. Like the fries were kind of mid. Yeah, the fries were like in between of La Belle Province and A&W, and then like the sauce was in between La Belle Province and A&W, and then cheese curds is cheese curds. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really remember. Okay, but also chat. I was kind of in a fucking haze when I got to Kokone's place, because I had there was it's a bit of a complicated story, but anyway, I went out with my friends, and Kokone wasn't there, fortunately or unfortunately, probably fortunately.
Unfortunately,
but I got really fucking drunk, like so
you got
drunk
fucking
I
hammered.
threw up multiple times that night, and then the next day I had to take a flight and I threw up 3 more times, and I also threw up on the plane. It was my first time using a barf bag on the plane, chat. Have you guys ever used a barf bag on the plane? Well, I used it, and if you ever were curious if the barf bag would not leak, I am here to tell you that I have tested it for the sake of science. I have tested it just for you. It does not leak. So you may happily barf into your barf bag without the fear of leakage. You're welcome, Chad. The things that I do for you.
I think the only time I've ever seen the barf bag being used was like my younger sister when we were like literally like babies.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was my first time ever barfing on a plane. I've never barfed on a plane before. No, I mean, I was really not. I was not okay. I even have a barf bag in my bag right now as a souvenir. It doesn't have barf in it, but thankfully, the stewardess was very kind, and she gave me another bag just in case. And so I like kept it in my pocket because I was literally like afraid I could barf at any time, and I didn't want to barf in Kokone's car. And I kept messaging her. I was like, I'm gonna try to throw up before I get in your car, so I don't barf in your car. I'm really sorry. I was like super sick, and I get really motion sick, so it was just like a combination. And there was traffic. It was just like the whole shebang. The whole shebang. So that was. I mean, I had a really good time with my friends, but it was really horrible, and I never want to do that again. I don't regret what I've done, but would I ever do that again? No, probably not. I think, and I told them too. I was like, you guys, we're too fucking old for this. Like, I can't be doing this. And then I went shot for shot, and then I got destroyed. So, you know.
Yeah. It will probably happen again, chat, I think.
I really hope not. I don't know if I can do that. My body is too fucking old for alcohol poisoning. I think there was a point in that night where I was like, what if I have to go to 911? What if I have to call 911 and get my stomach pumped? I was like, I feel so fucking sick. Like, I was like, okay, well, at least Canadian healthcare is free. I was like, I don't have traveler's insurance. This is literally the thoughts that were going through my brain.
Oh god.
It was, but anyway, it was nice because then Kokone actually made me some porridge, and it was all I actually recovered pretty fast. I think I just needed that nap.
Yeah, you just had a nap, you had porridge, you had liquid IV. Yeah. It's so funny. You like remember how Leora was like liquid IV tastes like shit? I made it for her. It was made with love, so it tasted good. But in all actuality, it's because Kokone puts like 4 times the amount of water that I Which like you dilute that shit, Leora. You know what? I gotta start doing that. I've learned my lesson now. I gotta get me one of those Stanley cups and just fill it up to the brim with water and then put the liquid IV in there. Because I was using a Gamer Subs cup, and those cups are small. Oh yeah, I have like a mug that's basically as big as a Stanley cup. It's not actually a Stanley cup. It's just a Stanley cup. It's not though. It's not actually a Stanley cup. What is this? Stanley branded Stanley cup. It's like an Amazon Basics Stanley cup. What the fuck? I got it from my company. I don't know what company brand this is. Amazon Basics Stanley cup. That's what it is. Holy shit! I'm gonna ask them. Like, did you just order this from Amazon Basics? And just give it to the employees. What the fuck? I mean, it is exactly the same size as Stanley cup though. So. Yeah, it's basically the same size. The NHL Stanley Cup, you know, that would be the most Canadian thing of Kokone to do, to drink out of the NHL Stanley Cup. Wait, we went to was it the route where they had Stanley Cups?
Yes, Roots has Stanley Cups. You know,
Yeah.
I was gonna. I
Very,
I
very
kind of regret
Canadian
not
ones.
getting anything at Roots. I think I was like, I don't know if you saw. I was like pacing because I was like, I
Uh-huh.
was doing mental gymnastics of like, okay, well, if I got this for my dad, like I would do this, and then what if I got this, and then,
Uh-huh.
you know, like I was like going through all the like motions. And then I think I got overwhelmed and I was just like, nah, I'm just not gonna buy anything. Like I'm getting too like overwhelmed with these decisions. And then I ended up not getting anything, but I kind of regret it.
They did have really nice stuff, but it would have been really expensive.
I feel like a lot of it was just like, it's really nice, but it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. And then if they had what I wanted, it was like in the wrong size or color or something, you know. And then I was just like I'm just trying to get a gift for my parents. It's like not that deep. Like I was like, it's fine. I'm just gonna get the maple syrup instead.
Maple syrup. Hopefully they'll like the maple syrup.
Yeah, I got the maple syrup in a can, chat. Like it looks like an
yeah.
energy drink can. It literally doesn't.
It was like a weird. It was like a can I never seen before too. Like I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like
thought it was funny.
I bought maple syrup for souvenirs for like friends and stuff too, but I've never seen those cans. It's literally like a Starbucks like double shot can.
Yeah. It looks like a Starbucks
Yeah.
double shot can or like a Red Bull can.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that's what I got from my parents. Pictures, no, they're in my luggage that I need to unpack because I have not yet unpacked fully. It's a lot of. Whew,
I
it's a lot
didn't
of
unpack
stuff.
fully yet either,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
can't really say.
Coconut and I went to a couple card shops together too, which was really fun. She was like, "Oh, if you want to see a Canadian card shop," I made her open some Digimon packs with me, which was really fun. We didn't quite
Yeah.
get what I wanted, but that's okay. It was still fun opening
We
packs.
got one cool one, but yeah, not what you wanted.
We didn't really get anything crazy though. Nothing to write home
Yeah.
about. And then I got myself a new deck box at one of the stores that we dropped. I think we went to like 3 different card stores. It was great. I had a good time.
Yeah.
Were the cards in Canadian? Oh my god, they were in Canadian. They all
What do you mean
all
fucking
the lines
Canadian?
of text say A at the back of them.
Wow. Excuse you.
And the cards
They weren't
smell like maple
they weren't
syrup.
bilingual. They didn't have English and French. Okay, that's not Canadian enough.
The cards smell like maple syrup. So yeah, that's a heads up. That's the thing. Real
Oh my
feature.
God.
I knew it.
But
Yeah,
did you know, like,
exactly.
if you buy board games here, you have to make sure that they're the English version because they have both English and French versions.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta say sorry.
So unless it has, wow. So unless it has like the sticker
Sorry.
that says English, wow.
Yeah. A
It's
boot.
fucking American.
A boot. Sorry.
Have you heard anyone actually speak like that?
I did.
You did?
I
Were they from like
did.
middle of the Canada,
one of
like
the
Ottawa
people-
or something?
No, one of the people, and you'll know who I'm talking about. One of the people that we met at Ascent Toronto that we were introduced to, he's Canadian, and he said a boot.
Oh.
I believe you know who I'm
Oh.
talking about. He's the only Canadian person that we met. He's the only Canadian
Wait, no, there's a
person
bunch of Canadians. It's just
Oh, well, I guess
I had to
you're
check my
right.
memory.
No, you're right.
They were all new people. I had to remember who the Canadian was.
We did meet a couple Canadians.
Yeah.
Well, I met a couple Canadians. You knew some of those Canadians, so
I had to snuff out the Canadian, yeah.
yeah. But thank you so much for the membership. Thank you. Did you try beaver tails? Oh, so we were going to, but the thing is, like I said, I was by the time that I got to Montreal, I was so like sick and unwell. And then by the time I got to Coconut Sauce, like it was just like so I couldn't eat anything sweet. Like I was just not feeling it. And normally I can do sweets okay, but it was especially bad during the time. I don't know if it had to do with my massive hangover or if it was just like the lack of, so I had very little sleep in the first half during Toronto. 1, I was drinking. 2, I had a pet emergency. Kiri was not feeling well. And so with the time difference and stuff, I was talking to Rumi-chan about it. And I was also talking to my other friend who's really good with cats. And so there was one night where I didn't sleep until like 5 in the morning or something. And then I had to get up early because I was also still doing a bit of work while I was out there. I tried to get a lot of work done before, but there was a couple things like meetings and stuff that I had to take. So it was, yeah, it was not a good time for me. I think I was really wired. Coconut and I drink a lot of Starbucks.
I was like,
a lot of Starbucks.
There was like a Starbucks right by one of the places we're staying at. So then I was like, do you want Starbucks? Because I was like, I was up and about like at different times. And then so I was like, do you want Starbucks?
And then one of the fucking days that I tried to sleep in at the hotel after Coconut left. Oh no, it was this day. It was the day that you were leaving, I think. There was
it was the day I was leaving.
It was horrible. It was construction and it was really noisy and so literally we had to like go down and ask them, and then they had to like change our fucking room because they wouldn't answer the fucking phone. So then we had to like change our room. I had to pack all my shit, go to a different room in like a completely different area, and then it was like a whole ass thing. They basically made us change hotels. Because like the hotel that we were at, all of it was under construction, I guess, and they didn't have anywhere else. So they sent us to like basically a different hotel. It was like really close, but like basically it was a separate hotel. And I had to sleep in a different hotel. So I had to pack all my shit and then go over there, and it was a whole ass thing.
Yeah, I went down to like the place first, and they were like, oh, so would you want to move? I'm like, I'm leaving today. Let me go up and ask.
Yeah, because I was trying to sleep in. Coconut was trying to let me sleep in, and she went down to get some coffee, and then
So I was just like throwing Leora out the bed, being like, get up, you have to get up, you have to make a decision now.
I know, I was like, fuck, why can't they just answer the stupid phone? The phone was so useless. Yeah, and then anyway, so I was like sleep deprived, and then I got super hungover, and so I think that just must have fucked with me. And then I was like eating a lot of Timios. I ate so much Tim Hortons.
I think that fucked with you the most because like Tim Hortons, like Timbits, they're really sugary. Like they're insanely like everything really about Tim Hortons is sugary.
I ate so much Tim Hortons. I had so many Timbits.
That fucked you up, I'm pretty sure.
And then so by the time that we got to, and it sucked because like we went to this one place in Montreal that had a really good like brunch set, but I was literally like, ooh, like if I eat something sweet, I'm gonna throw up. Like I can't eat this. So I would just like, I only ate like scrambled eggs and yogurt.
Oh my God.
It's like a fancy brunch place, and all I'm eating is scrambled eggs and yogurt because I was like, if I eat something sweet, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, at least had a croissant, you know?
Oh, that's true. The croissant was really good. Yeah, the croissant was very, very good. The yogurt was also excellent. I mean, I joke about eating yogurt, but that yogurt was very good. So
that yogurt was amazing.
Yes, it was really good. Like it was handmade yogurt. It was very good. No, I really enjoyed it. I really liked the atmosphere of both of those places quite a lot. It was very, very different because I feel like when I went to Vancouver, and again, this was like more than 10 years ago, but when I went to Vancouver, it was very like, oh, this just feels like Seattle. Like that was the vibe that I got. Like it just felt like an extension of America, you know?
It's like an extension of Seattle with like even more Asians.
Yeah, that's definitely the vibes that I got in Vancouver. And then so now being on the eastern side of Canada, it really felt different. Like Toronto, it felt like somewhere between New York and Seattle / Vancouver as well. You know what I mean? Like it had a really interesting balance of the two.
You kind of see why I describe Toronto as like a cleaner New York, right?
It is definitely like a cleaner New York. But also what was really nice was I got there, you know, as obviously it's like end of October, beginning of November. And it was just absolutely beautiful. Like all the maple trees, and it was all like yellow, green, red. And it was just really nice. We had one day of a little bit of rain, but luckily we actually avoided rain for the most part too, which was really nice. And another really cool thing that I got to experience was Halloween. was just really interesting to see, because I guess I don't really live in a walkable, like Southern California is not a walkable neighborhood, right? Like I live in like bumfuck nowhere, Southern California. Like everyone's driving here. No one is walking anywhere. So seeing people just like walking around in costume, seeing all the kids walking around in costume, all of that was just really, really nice and really cute. And was just
true.
Yeah, it was like, wow, this like feels like Halloween. I've never lived somewhere that had that, because even when I lived in Asia, it's like no one actually does that, right? No one's going to work in a Halloween costume.
You did, like even like in Korea, like
no. So
really?
in Korea, you go to work and then you go home and then you wear your really trashy Halloween outfit and then you go to a club. Like that's the pipeline. You don't wear Halloween costumes to work. Like if you're gonna wear a Halloween costume to work, it might be like a headband or something at minimum. It's a lot more of like a clubbing / drinking. It's like a clubbing / drinking event. Like it's an excuse to go clubbing or drinking. It's like Japan. I think Japan's the same as well.
I think so.
It's like everyone goes to Japan during Halloween. Everyone goes to Shibuya to get fucking trashed in trashy costumes. that's
you can't wear trashy costumes to work, so.
No, yeah. So it was really nice to just see like everyone. It was just like random people, some people working, some of the workers were wearing costumes, just people like walking about wearing costumes. Like I said, like the kids, all the little elementary
riding bikes
kids, riding bikes in costumes, stuff like that. I thought it was really definitely like a culture change.
Yeah, it was nice seeing a lot of people out and about.
And it was cool to see like some of the houses being decorated. It's not as like intense as certain places in America, I feel like. But it was like a lot of people like to do the cobweb thing, and I also noticed a lot of people did pumpkin carving in Canada.
Oh yeah, pumpkin carving is pretty big. Like
because I feel like in America, like where my parents live, they do really intense decorations, but you don't really see pumpkin carving. It's like a lot of those like plastic decorations.
It's
like
probably because they'll just go bad in like a night.
Oh, you know what? I think you're absolutely right. I think that must be it.
The hotness, like the climate, I think plays into that.
Although, when I was up there, it was freaking hot.
It was warm. It was definitely warm, but like it's still dry.
That's true. But
and then it got really cold after you left.
Oh, no, because it's colder. I feel like it's colder here in Southern California than when I was up there.
Oh, it went into like the single digits around Canada like this week.
Lyra brought the heat with her. I did. I brought the California sun with me. It was so hot and I was so overdressed.
It was so nice.
No, it was hot. We were walking places and I was like
sweating. Hot,
and I was dying. Kokone got to witness firsthand seeing my body not be able to regulate its temperature, because I would just be like in the car. I'm like, I'm really sorry, but can I turn on the AC? I'm like actually dying.
It's just like literally like not even 5 degrees of difference between like her being like insanely cold and then her being like insanely hot, and I'm just like, just do what you want with the temperature.
I'd be at her house and I'm like, it's really, really cold. Can't we turn on the heater? I'm so cold. I was like dying.
But like as soon as she walks outside and it's like maybe a few degrees hotter, like maybe 2-3, and she's like, it's so fucking hot, and I'm like, what do you mean?
My life is hard, chat. You don't understand. I know it sounds crazy just listening to it. Yeah, imagine fucking being me and having to live that. It's like so genuinely, like even right now I'm like sweating. Like I'm like, wow, like it's just so stupid. My body just doesn't know how to but I heard it's like a thing if you have like low blood pressure or low blood sugar. It's like a pretty common thing for your body to not be able to regulate its own temperature, which is probably what I have, and also which is probably why I should not be drinking.
It might be low blood sugar, because I have really low blood pressure too.
I see. Yeah, maybe it's low blood sugar then. I have one of the two. I'm not sure. Yeah, the stairs fucking destroyed me. Every time I went up the stairs, or not even just there, where did we go? We went somewhere in Montreal where there was like stairs.
Everywhere has stairs.
It was like a card shop. The card when we got out there, I was like, oh my god.
It was just 2 floors. It was literally just 2 floors. That's literally nothing, Leora.
Oh my god, I was literally like dying. You guys don't understand.
Every single commute I run up 4 flights of stairs. 2 flights is nothing.
Yeah, no, that's too much. I can't
Jesus.
do any of that. Nope. I'm really out
every
of
single
shape.
time.
I mean, I was telling like Kokone and Miko-chan too, because I think Miko-chan was also like surprised at how out of shape I was. But I had to explain like, okay, listen, my life is I get up, I brush my teeth, I go to my kitchen, and then I sit in my chair for 12 plus hours, and then I brush my teeth. I go to the kitchen, eat, brush my teeth, and then I lay in my bed. That is the cycle of my life. For 90% of my life, I do not leave this cycle. I have no reason to leave my house because I work remote. I have no reason to go outside unless it's occasionally to get groceries, which usually then we take the car. And yeah. This is my life. I just my ass is glued to this fucking chair, which is why my ass is misshapen.
This is why your ass is flat, Leora. You don't use your glutes.
We were trying on clothes, and I wore this one skirt, and I was like, oh Jesus, my ass looks horrible, and then I didn't buy the skirt.
You like clung to everything, but then there it's just
yeah. Yeah, it's okay. No one's got to see that thing anyways.
Gotta fucking get you like I don't know, with a DDR pad, make it start.
A Brazilian butt lift.
Oh, wait, do you know how that works? Like, is it just injections?
I'm assuming it's injections. I think it's injections, and then I'm assuming it's like the kind of. I'm assuming what they do is they must do some kind of Botox to like freeze the muscle, kind of like on your face, you know, and to have it, or like add like filler or something. I'm not really sure. That's my guess. I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway, like there has to be something to lift.
Yeah. Well, excuse you. There is. It's just incredibly misshapen and flat. Okay. Excuse you. Excuse you.
How do you lift something black? I don't know.
It's not concaving, chat. That's not how that works, okay?
I got time to get you a Stairmaster.
Oh god. See, the thing is, I've thought about getting those things, but I know it deep down in my heart that I'll never use them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I was like, maybe a DDR machine, you know? Like, have you gotten the Miku boxing game?
Oh, no, I haven't. Did that ever come out in English? I know it was supposed to.
Apparently it did.
Maybe I'll have to play that. Is it a Nintendo? It's not a Nintendo game, right? I don't have to like ask for individual perms for that one.
It is a Switch only as far as I know, so you might.
But did you play it on stream?
No, I haven't. I haven't bought it yet. Cause yeah.
No, like, see, chat, like, whenever we play Nintendo games, like, the perms thing is a little bit finicky. It's not that bad, but we do have, like, a limited times that we can play, and then we have to, like, let them know the exact date and time that we're playing. And knowing me and my fucky-wucky schedule, it's just a little bit difficult for me to play Nintendo games consistently because of that.
Yeah, and like we have to let them know like at least 2 weeks in advance, so then by that point we're like
yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
so which is why you don't see me playing them either. And
also I feel like I'm just like temperamental. Like sometimes I just don't want to play something, you know, like I might have put it on my schedule like a week ago, and then like I get to the week and I'm like, I don't really feel like playing that game today. I'm gonna play something else, and I just play something else. But anyway,
same. That's why I don't put my schedule up until like the last minute.
Me too. And then as the Palcaries know, it always changes. It's never. I don't think I've stuck to my entire week schedule in like maybe 2 years.
That's true. Every time I'm like, wait, wasn't she gonna? Oh, it changed.
Yeah. I have friends that so like earlier in my career, or whatever you want to call this, I had friends who would refer to my schedule to like see if I was free to hang out. Like genuinely, they would look at my schedule and be like, "Oh, I saw you're not streaming. Like, do you want to like play a game or like blah blah?" Because like they knew that I was like all over the place, so like it was really nice of them. They would do that. But I think after a while they're like, Leah, you don't post a schedule anymore, or like you just don't follow your schedule. They're like, we can't refer to that anymore.
They were trying so hard.
Yeah. Someone said, at least we know what game she isn't gonna play that day. That's crazy. What the frick? Sir Aaron, thank you so much for becoming a member. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
That's a pretty good guideline. What game you're not going to be playing.
You know what? To be fair, if it says TCG Shop Sim, I'm gonna play it 100%. That's 100% guaranteed. But anything else is kind of a shot in the dark. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Because the thing is, there's stuff like card games or RPGs. Just sometimes you just you don't feel like playing it that day. You know what I mean?
RPGs definitely I could see. Yeah.
Well, I would say RPGs are the hardest ones for me to like stick on schedule with.
Same.
It's like not only that, but I feel like genuinely RPGs, you need to like put out so much time aside for it, because you can't really just play an RPG for like 2 hours and then cut it off there. A lot of times I feel like a solid RPG session is like around 4 to 6 hour range. And sometimes I'm just like, I don't know if I can commit to 4 hours, and I don't want to like cut it off in the middle. And that's kind of why I tend to stray away from those sometimes.
Yeah, because like it's like a story, so you have to like go through it and then cut off it at a good spot. You can't just cut off out of cliffhanger or anything.
Exactly. Yeah. That, and then like I think in my age, through the streaming journey, I have learned about myself certain game types that I didn't realize I didn't like until I started streaming them so much. And then you start realizing you have a pattern of like, oh, every time this game comes around and I have to play it, I really don't want to play it. And you're like, oh, I think this is a pattern. I think this is reoccurring. But the game for me that's like that is like action RPGs.
Yeah.
Like JRPGs, I'm almost always in the mood for. I just need enough time because I want to sit down and enjoy it fully. But like action RPGs, anything like that is like a little bit harder. With the exception of Monhun, I feel like it's not really action RPG. It's a little bit different.
It's like an action. It's action, but it's not like RPG.
It's not ARPG.
Like you can. There's like a single player. Yeah, but like, do you play it for the story generally?
Right.
I mean, it's not like they have a bad story. It's just,
Are either of you gonna play the beta for a while? Okay, so there's a long story for this. So yesterday, Kokone literally did a stream for me, solo stream. She like solo streamed for me specifically to test to see if her PC could stream Wilds and stream to you guys at the same time. So I was sitting there, she was character customizing, and she did the first tutorial bit because you can't do multiplayer until you finish the tutorial anyway. And so she was doing that yesterday because we were like, oh, today's ZATSU. Maybe we could just play Monster Hunter Wilds instead, and then do that together.
Like ZATSU Wild.
Yeah, well, ZATSU Wild doing that. And so I was going through the fucking, Jesus Christ, the fucking hoops of trying to get it to work on my PlayStation 5 because I feel like my computer is not going to be able to handle it. So I wanted to be able to play it on PS5 and then stream it from my PS5, put it on the capture card, and then put it on stream. However, I did not realize, and I know this has been happening since PS4, but you guys have to realize I don't play multiplayer games on PlayStation, but apparently you need to pay for the PlayStation Plus network bullshit thing. And it was a whole thing. So I was like, okay, well maybe the demo I can still play on PlayStation, and then when the game comes out, I can actually decide whether or not I want to pay for this thing or not. So then I download Wilds. It takes freaking forever to download it, and I had to set up my PS5 because I haven't turned on my PS5 and God knows how long. And then I fucking download the game, and then I get in there and it's all downloaded, and they're like, you can't play the demo unless you have PlayStation Plus. And I was like, Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, I guess I can't even play the demo because I thought maybe I could at least play the demo during this period. And it's like there's no reason for me to pay for PS Plus right now because then the game doesn't come out for another couple months. Then I'll be paying for this membership just to play the demo for 3 days. That doesn't make
not
any
even because
sense.
you're not going to be able to play it during the whole 3 days, right?
So what's the fucking point? I'm not gonna pay for this. And then if I play, so people were like, oh, if you buy the year membership, it's worth it because it's only $6 a month instead of $9 a month or $10 a month. Okay, for me to not use it for 4 months until the game comes out, like I'm not gonna do. I mean, I'm not blaming the people who said that. I'm just saying like, I'm directing all of my anger at Sony right now. All of my anger is at Sony. Like just. What the fuck? Like, no, I'm not doing that, you know?
It's like you're still gonna be paying what? Like, oh wait, this is 6 months, so
$24
versus $9.
I have to pay $80 for the fucking game too, and I'm paying for my goddamn internet. Like, you can't even give me that for free? Like, hello?
Nope. And they're raising the price of PS5s now, so yeah.
And you wonder why everyone just plays everything on Steam. Like. It's like, why would I choose to play anything on the PS5?
I mean, like, I feel like your computer would be able to handle it. Because, like, my computer, I think we have like, around the same.
Yeah, but see, my computer gets really choppy when I play FPSs and such. And I heard Wilds is even worse. So I really, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to risk it. And I really don't like it when my avatar is like super choppy. Not a fan. And I also like to play the game in higher spec to make it look nice.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a choice thing. Yeah, because I like playing on potato fit settings because it's easier on the eyes.
Why would you ever do consoles in this day and age? Yeah, you know what? I'm also starting to wonder that, like, how consoles, besides the Switch, because obviously the Switch has its completely own separate use case, and I think the Switch is really great in terms of portability, in terms of multiplayer function, and in terms of like being able to travel with that multiplayer function, which I think is really unique and different to it. And also Nintendo has a lot of exclusive games that just don't exist anywhere else. But if you have PS5s, it's like almost every single game I can play on Steam anyway. I almost even wish that they would just make exclusive games for PS5 anymore, but they don't.
They have to get like developers who are struggling and be like, here, we'll give you this wad of cash. Please make the title, you know, Sony exclusive. So you're getting a game from a developer who's kind of struggling, which, you know.
I think it's just one of those things though that like nowadays in this day and age, we have so many games to choose from. Like we have so many games, we don't even have time for all the games that we want to play, that like it just doesn't make any sense for us to pay for like an exclusive on something else that like, you know, like you well, I'll just play something else then. I have like a backlog of 100 games anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah, plus like the exclusivity just like expires after a while depending on what the contract is. So
yeah, like
if you wait long enough, you'll get it.
Yeah. And like no one's in a rush to play anything anymore anyway, because like I said, there's just so many games.
There's so many games.
There's too many games. I know somebody was asking about Metaphor. Do you plan on playing Metaphor at all?
Metaphor?
That's the new non-Persona game. It's like fantasy Persona basically.
No, because like I don't even play Persona in the first place, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I kind of was considering it because I do like my favorite type of fantasy is like the sort of isekai JRPG fantasy, and it is a little bit more on that side. So I'm like, oh, it seems kind of interesting. I could enjoy it, but I'm also like, I mean, unless it's really fucking good. I haven't even finished Persona 3, I haven't played Persona 4, and I haven't played Persona 5. So it's like I'd rather go through those franchises first, which I know are good, than to try to gamble on this new franchise, you know?
And once you've like, you know, already paid and have in your possession.
Yeah.
I
do want to finish. I know like a lot of people are like, oh, Lyra never finishes games. I don't finish games. You're absolutely right. And I'm not trying to say that I do. But I think like people have the wrong perception of why I don't finish games, but I really do wish I could finish, and I wish I had the time to finish Persona because I did really enjoy it. Time and priority. It's just not a priority. Like, I don't want to give my channel dead numbers. And every time you play a game that long, that's all you're doing is just like, it's just dead numbers. Star Ocean, no, I really want to finish Star Ocean too. I unfortunately have that on Steam. I wish I had Star Ocean on PlayStation 5 because then I would just play it on my couch occasionally. Oh, is Star Ocean on Switch actually? I would play it on Switch. Star Ocean was so fun. I really enjoyed Star Ocean.
Is it on Switch? It might be.
Might be. I don't want to rebuy it though. This is the problem. I don't want to fucking rebuy all my stupid games.
Oh my god.
Which is why I try to buy them on console if I can, because
it's not on Switch.
It's not on Switch. Oh, okay, I see. But like, I try to buy them on console because if it's on console, at least I can connect the console to my PC. If it's on Steam, I can't do shit. You know what I mean?
Unless you get a Steam Deck.
Unless I get a Steam Deck. You know, I did see somebody on the plane playing a Steam Deck and it did look pretty cool, but I don't want any more consoles. I already barely use the ones I have.
Yeah, but like, I mean, yeah, I don't have a Steam Deck either, but like, that's like the only one where I'm like, I think I'll use it.
Isn't there, what's the other one? The Asus one?
Oh, the Asus ROG Strix, that like gamer, like I don't know about that though.
Yeah. I heard that one's good too. It's like basically a Steam Deck, but it's a different one. Oh, it is on Switch. Yeah, see, now I have to buy another copy of it. Which, you know, maybe I'll consider. Well, the thing is, I really enjoyed it. I really did, and I really wanted to finish it. I just didn't have time, and it's one of those where I might just want to finish it like just on my own. But
wait, yeah. I was like, but would you have the time and patience to like go all the way up to where you were?
Oh, so the thing about Star Ocean that's cool is that it actually has 2 different routes. So I could just start the other route and play through that one. Which is what I was considering doing, but just get a Steam Deck. How much is a Steam Deck? Isn't that like $600? Isn't that thing really expensive?
It's really expensive. Yeah.
Maybe eventually.
It's like,
because I do have a really expansive Steam library right now.
I think like eventually they were talking about well, the thing is like the Steam Deck, they were thinking of the Steam Deck 2, but then the OLED version came out, so I don't think it's gonna happen for a while. So if you're going to make the investment, I would say probably better do the OLED version. OLED version, but I think the theory is that, well, Steam Deck 2 will come out much later now.
I see.
Yeah, I mean, no, there's no confirmation that the Steam Deck 2 is in the works, but people are like theorizing and speculating, right? Yeah, and like if it were to come out, it would have been soon, since it's kind of like fairly old technology now.
Right.
But then the OLED version came out, so yeah.
Yeah. Black Friday sales? I don't think that will go on Black Friday sale.
I don't think so. I think they like put it on sale like a few times maybe, but not enough to like make it, you know.
Win YCS? I thought they gave you a Switch if you win YCS. You don't even get a Steam Deck, you get a fucking Switch.
Oh.
It's not a great sale, but it's on a sale. All right, so what's the old price versus the new price? You get a Steam Deck now. It's a Steam Deck now. Oh, I see.
Oh,
time to win YCS.
So you could.
Time to win YCS with Dragon Maids. That's the dream. I was actually just thinking about how I wanted to play Yu-Gi-Oh again because I miss my Dragon Maids. 17% off. 17% off is actually quite significant if you think about the fact that it's $600 or whatever.
Yeah,
is it $600? I'm making that number up. I don't know if that's real.
No, well, for Monopoly money, it is like the OLED version is $689. So yeah.
Oh, if you get the LCD, it's $350, $450. I guess that's not terrible. It's like actually kind of affordable, but I'm broke right now, so maybe not anytime soon. Hi, Gar, thank you so much for the membership. Really appreciate it. It is. Oh, I guess that's the depending on the space. The highest one is 650 for OLED. I see.
Damn, 650 makes it look like reasonable price, while in Monopoly money it's like $819.
Yeah, but that's basically free because it's Monopoly money. So.
No! That's like saying I make nothing at work too, Leora.
Yeah, you make Monopoly money to spend it on your Monopoly donut Timbits.
What the fuck? I haven't bought a Timbit in years. The last time I bought a Timbit. The last time I bought a Timbit was because I was forced to buy a Justin Bieber collab Timbit.
Excuse me?
A friend was really wanting the Justin Bieber Timbit, so I bought it for her, but then she went, oh sorry, I'm not in town right now. Could you eat it and let me know? And I was like, fuck.
What the fuck? You know,
that seems so sweet.
That seems like a bad collab. It should have been Justin Bieber Tales. Hear me out. Justin Bieber Tales would have been the better collab. That's what they should have done.
It would have been. It would have been a better collab.
I can't believe they didn't go for that. No one went for the Justin Bieber. Let her bake. True. Yeah.
But then they only able to do it like half the year because like Bieber Tales is like the official branches.
Your company doesn't buy you Timbits? I'm offended that your company does not buy you Timbits. They don't have like Timbit Friday, Timbit Tuesdays. They don't like bring you Timbits to the office. Yeah.
No, they bring like artisanal donuts.
What the heck? That's so that's so un-Canadian of them. How dare they?
They bring like artisanal donuts or like home baked cakes and stuff, or like charcuterie.
No. How dare they? That's so un-Canadian of them.
What the fuck?
I can't believe that. No.
When we do have, I think I don't think anyone's ever brought a Timbit. I did get a Tim Hortons coffee for free once because a coworker misordered and got two.
And got two. Was it an ice cap?
That was nice.
Did you get an ice cap?
No, it was actually just regular ass coffee.
Was it good?
Tastes like shit.
Was it? No? Okay.
Absolutely not.
There's like some... Well, that guy that we met, the Canadian guy that I was talking about earlier, he was talking about some conspiracy. Did you see the conspiracy he was talking about?
Oh, the whole like once they got bought out, the beans changed and it tastes like shit.
Took their coffee license or something, and then they.
I think it's bad.
The only Canadian guy you meet? Well, okay. There were a lot of other Canadians, but a lot of them I had, like they were my friends already or whatever, right? And then also I met people who were going to Ascent. He was basically the only Canadian guy that I met, besides your friend that I met. Yeah.
That's such few Canadians considering you visited Canada.
Well, I don't have that many friends. The fact that I even have friends in Canada, I would say is a plus in my book. You know what I mean?
You have so many friends. Like, it's kind of crazy that you say, do you have no friends? Because like every single time you're like, oh, I have plans with this friend. I have plans with these other friends. I have plans here. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but it requires me to leave my home.
Saying that they're not your friend because they requires you to leave your home is crazy.
That's different though. When I complain about that, I think that's a completely different thing. Obviously they're my friends, but like I'm not complaining that I don't have any friends at all. I'm complaining that I don't have friends to hang out with, to do certain things with, like in the vicinity. Like you can't just like go out and do things with people. That's what I'm complaining about. That's different.
Oh, like I guess like if it's like very specific things.
And also a lot of these friends are like, they're my friends, but they're not like my good friends. I don't like talk to them every day. You know what I mean? I talk to them like maybe a couple times a year. Like they're very, like it's like very different, right? It's like a little bit of a different like meaning to friends, because I just don't. I feel like when I complain about that, it's like I don't really have people in like certain spaces that I enjoy to enjoy those things with me in person, and I also just don't talk to people on the daily.
I feel like that's pretty common nowadays, though. Like, it's so hard to like have friends like within the vicinity. Because I have to move to a different province if I want to meet up with a friend. All the
I
friends
thought you had
that
a friend that lived pretty nearby, no?
Oh, that's Miko-chan's friend.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Everyone else, they're coworkers.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, well, I work remote, so I don't have coworkers either. Well, actually,
I don't hang out with my coworkers.
I have 2 coworkers that live like 3 hours away from me. So sometimes I see them when we have to do work.
I think that's a healthy distance to be from a coworker.
It's true. But yeah, no, I think it's a little bit different. Like, obviously I have friends. Like, that's not what I'm complaining about. Yeah.
You have you need the TCG homies is what you're saying.
Yes, like I don't have any like hobby friends, I guess, you know, like I do have T-Pal. I have T-Pal, so I have one TCG friend. Yeah. But yeah, just like
I tried asking my Miko-chan's friends if they wanted to get into TCG. The wife literally just went, "That's too nerdy."
That's actually insane.
I was like, that's crazy considering you're a fucking nerd too. I was like, what the fuck? You like Pokemon? How can you say that? She also said that about tabletop RPGs too. She was like, I don't know if I want to ever go into that like level of nerddom. And I was like, what the fuck?
Well, I don't know if it's the same coworker, but don't they play like board games and stuff?
Yeah, they're board game nerds.
Yeah, what the heck? Nah, I don't fuck with
bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's crazy.
The husband was like, oh, that sounds pretty interesting. Yeah, and then it's just like,
I do
nerd.
think I do think like TCG stuff though, the barrier to entry, the hurdle is pretty high. I will say, like, I think if you've never really been exposed to something like that, or if you've never played an online TCG, or you didn't grow up collecting cards, I can see why it looks really intimidating. Or some people are like really intimidated by the price point of it because they feel like it's a very expensive hobby, which
it is a very expensive hobby.
Well, it can be. I don't think it has to be though. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think if you're chasing the gacha high, it's gonna be an expensive hobby, but if you just buy the cards that you need, it doesn't have to be an expensive hobby, right?
Yeah, I mean, it took a few tries for me to get into TCG too. Like, I took I tried Shadowverse, didn't get into it. I tried Vanguard. I'm still on the fence about it. I still haven't gotten really into it, but then Grand Archive really meshed with me. So
I think it's because like even when we play gacha games, you are like a meta gamer, and like, for example, like you're a meta gamer and I'm like a waifu gamer, but I feel like Vanguard is not for meta gamers. It's not a game for meta gamers. Like, you leave a lot to chance with Vanguard, and that's what's part of what's exciting and fun about it. But I also think that if you are trying to play to win, Vanguard is extremely frustrating and actually kind of like stupid most of the time, because you're like, none of this shit makes any sense. Like, how can this person just randomly win by pulling random like triggers? Like, it's like, so
I think that's the part. I was like, why build a meta deck when it's not going to make it effective as much as it should,
Right.
And like, to build a meta deck, it's so expensive for like, I don't know what, to be owned by an overtrigger.
Yeah, I do think Vanguard's price point is also a little weird. I think part of the problem is that there's just not enough like product being opened, because it's just not as popular out here in the West. So I think that contributes to, but I think probably the reason why Grand Archive resonates with you more is because Grand Archive, as like a game, you have a lot more control over not just like the kind of cards you're playing, but like actually the game state itself. Like, you have just a lot more control, and you actually feel like when you win that you allowed yourself to win, as opposed to like luck being on your side, which is sometimes what Vanguard feels like.
Yeah, I mean, it also does make it like more make me more salty when I lose though, because it's literally just my fault.
It's like literally a skill issue at that point. Like,
Yeah, it's literally a skill issue.
Yeah, like you can't even blame any. I mean, there's all card games at the end of the day are still gonna be RNG because you're still pulling random cards, right? You could still brick and get a shit hand, but a lot of the times, and the good thing about Grand Archive versus something like Vanguard is that because you have so much more deck control in terms of what cards you're allowed to put in your deck, whereas Vanguard, it's very like cookie cutter, like you have to have 16 triggers, you have to have this and that. You can really adjust the like percentiles and rates of like, okay, if I put this many cards of this nature, I'm bound to always at least have this percentage chance of like, you can increase those percentiles of like what you're pulling, like, right?
Like if my pulls really, really do suck, just make a milling deck. Just
right.
Just let myself go through my deck as fast as possible.
So yeah, speaking of Grand Archive, we're hoping to hopefully do some kind of tournament with our VTuber friends. So we were actually talking about that quite a bit with some of the developers with Grand Archive. So we're gonna be so I hope you guys are looking forward to that. If you guys like Grand Archive, I know you guys might be sick of all these TCG tournaments, we're doing so many, but for the Grand Archive one, I think I'll be more like a host as opposed to a player, so I think that'll be pretty fun. Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna be casting. I don't know how to cast.
Wow.
Maybe I'll learn.
You're basically casting on the daily as a streamer, so
I guess so. But like, I feel like the ability of a caster, especially with certain games, is like you have to really know the cards really well, like to be like, oh, I think they're trying to make this play, or try to predict like what they're gonna try to do. So I don't know, I'll have to study up a little bit and we'll see how that'll go.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, you could also just be like more of a reactive caster, because there's several types of different casters,
That's
right?
true.
So like you could be like, oh, they just put this down and that's going to play really well with what they already have on the board, or like so that's a bit more of like, oh, you could just explain to like the viewer who might not have known how GA works, a little bit more of like what's happening on the board, instead of being like, super meta and be like, oh, they're trying to go for this thing.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
And I'm sure a lot of people on the channel are probably really surprised to hear like how into GA you are. because obviously like my channel is like a TCG channel, so I talk about TCG a lot, but I feel like you don't talk about it as much. So yeah, you guys will be pleasantly surprised to know if you didn't know already, or if you're Coconut, maybe you already knew. But Coconut is pretty into Grand Archive too, and she plays quite a bit as well. So it'll be really fun to see how she does in the.
I'm still just like overall a TCG noob. So I still get my ass kicked by Miko-chan and yeah. They're all from Magic. Literally every single one is like a former Magic player, so I got my ass handed to me every single time I go. I
mean, it's they have a higher, like they have a base already, right? So it's a little
yeah. So I'm just like, damn, my brain's too smooth to remember all these card effects, but then I have to remember that like, oh wait, they have a reference to like kind of make it easier to remember, and like be like, oh, this is like that card, so then it's easier for me. Just like everything is new,
right?
So I'm just like, there's so much to learn.
Yeah, but I think it'll get easier over time too, because you also just don't go you don't play it as often, right, as those people play it too.
No,
so,
definitely not. Yeah.
But it was Ascent Toronto was really cool. We got to play Sealed. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. I had like a actual mage deck going.
Ooh, were you playing Rye?
I was playing Rye. Yeah.
Nice. I played what did I play? Sylvie?
Oh yeah, we weren't fighting each other, and I got out on the first round. So
I was either playing Sylvie or Lorraine. I just remember I had a trained hawk. That was the one thing I remember. That week was a blur. Okay, I don't remember very much. That, and then I remember I pulled a Serene Spirit of Wind, which was really cool.
Ooh, yeah, nice. Trained what? What? Wait, it's not like we were saying, Polcock?
Polcock?
Yeah. Pocock?
Polcock. It's okay.
Yeah.
My trained hawk also
Yeah.
it has vigor. It's a vigorous
Yeah.
has lots of vigor. My
It
trained
stands
hawk.
up after
hawk.
after use.
It yeah. It rises.
It rises.
Sad I couldn't
You
make
just
it to
can't
the
keep it
set.
down.
Oh no, I'm sorry that you couldn't be there. Yeah, highly. If you guys do like Grand Archive, I highly recommend going to an ascent. They're really really fun.
Yeah.
Really fun.
Like I never
Just a
gone
good
to like
time.
a sealed. And it was super fun.
Wait, so it was your first time playing sealed ever, right? Like a sealed
Yeah,
drop.
it was.
Yeah. What do you think about the format?
I really liked it. Cause then
It's just kind of an expensive format because
it is. When I first signed up, I was like, oh shit, 40 Canadian bucks. What the? Oh my god.
It's really free though.
Oh yeah, basically free. I was like, what comes here? And then I finally opened the deck, and then I was like, oh, I see why it's so expensive. But god damn.
Yeah. It's not expensive to sign up. It's because you have to buy the kit. So they sell you the kit as part of the entry fee. So the kit has a bunch of like older packs in it too, and then it has like a little starter set that has a bunch of cards just in case you pull absolute shit in your packs.
It has like a few material, like basic materials, and then the spirits, and then the champion lines. So then that's like the guaranteed, and then you get like I forgot how many packs it was. It was like quite a few.
I think it was
like
6.
8?
I think it's 3 DOA,
Yeah.
3 FTC.
Oh yeah. 3 DOA, 3 FTC, and then I got a lot of like materials that were really good, but like my opponent pulled 2 life essence amulets.
Oh yeah,
And had both of them in.
Have like they don't have restrictions on how many cards you can have,
Yeah.
right? You can have like repeats.
Oh,
of
they have
material
a restriction on
cards.
how many like total, but like you can have multiple of like the same one. Yeah. So anytime I killed an ally, they were just drawing, and I was like,
And all the cards.
all the cards. I was like, I'm struggling.
Yeah, I think I got pretty
Yeah.
lucky in my game. I think I won the game that I had a lot of draw cards too. I played wind. What did I play? I played wind and fire, I think, and that was a pretty good combination. I feel
I also played Wind and Fire because I drew
nice.
absolute jack shit water. Yeah.
Okay, water is too hard to play. My brain's too small for water.
Wait, I'm building water deck.
Yeah, water. Well, it's okay. You have a big brain. It's perfect for your big brain.
GA makes my brain feel so small.
It's okay. Every time you play GA, another wrinkle forms in your brain. The crevices get deeper. You know what I mean?
Yes, the crevices get deeper.
And then we were talking about opening packs. I forget, it was with one of my friends. I was like opening some packs, and then they were like, oh, what's like the best way to open it? And I said this on stream before too, but it became like it became a meme of stick your finger in the hole. Just stick your finger in the hole and then rip it open.
Wait, that's how I open them. What the fuck?
That's the best way to open them. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I just like tear a little bit on the edge and then like make a little hole, and then you just stick your finger in it, and then you're like,
I stick my finger in the normal hole, like the hole that you usually use for pegging.
Oh,
The pegging hole. You stick your finger in the pegging hole.
Oh shit!
And then
you're
you
literally bursting that star.
You pull it and then it opens up.
Oh, wait, I never tried that.
Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's the most, it's the fastest, most pressure resistant way to open it, and it gives you only 1 piece of trash as opposed to 2.
I see. Yeah, because like the way I do it, you get like a little tiny triangle piece, and then but it also stays very far away from all the cards.
Right.
But I should try that.
You could try it. Yeah, highly recommend. Yeah. Anyway, it was a really good trip. We ate a lot of really good food. We I think all of my photos are doxing, so I don't think I can share any photos.
Yeah, please no.
I think all my photos are doxing, so there's no photos I can share, but we did do a lot of cool stuff. We got to eat a lot of poutine. I had some bagels that were really good as well in in Montreal. You know what was interesting? More than the bagel, I mean the bagel was really good too, but the cream cheese was really interesting. It was very like tangy cream cheese. It was good. I like the cream cheese.
It was like a yogurty, like
it was
like
it was basically yogurt. Yeah, I liked it though. I liked it.
It was really good.
And everything's a blur because I had too much alcohol. So you know what? I can't remember very much of what happened that week, and I traveled so fucking much. I feel like I spent so much of my life in an airplane or in a car this week.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the most we did was like eat. So
yeah, Kokone was like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know what there is to do. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what there is. And she's like, okay, what do you want to eat then? And I was like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know. Besides poutine, I don't know what there is to eat here. So I literally looked up, like Googled like list of foods to eat in this area, and then we ate some stuff.
Because like all the food that I eat around my area are all Asian food. And then I was like, you already have Asian food. So I'm like, shit, I don't know. I don't eat like fancy stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot. We tried to eat more like European food because I guess like the European food is a little bit better there, so that was cool. Got to try a lot of interesting stuff as well. But yeah.
Oh, the Spanish restaurant was so super good.
It was. We went to like a paella tapas joint, and the sangria was really good. I couldn't finish it because I think I had reintroduced alcohol to my system a little too soon. My body was like having a moment. I was like, I'm gonna take this really slow. So alcohol, TCG Timbits, and poutine. Gotcha. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
That's you're not even missing a single beat in there. That is exactly how it was. That and me being obsessed with Mimir. I was obsessed. Mimir is so cute.
Oh yeah, you finally got to see Mimir and like Nikonyan.
Yeah, but Mimir was the star of the show because Mimir is so chunky. Mimir is so chunky. It's so fucking cute how chunky Mimir is.
You fat-shamed Mimir the whole time.
I really genuinely thought her stomach would touch the floor. It was so cute.
No!
It was so cute, and Mimir was just very cute, and yeah.
Mimir's like a little rotund. Mimir may potentially be on a bit of a diet.
A bunch of circles.
I don't know if it's working though.
Just a bunch of circles. It was so cute. I was dying at how cute Mimir was. From the eyes to the head to the body, everything was just like a circle. And
a circle,
I loved it.
yeah.
I loved it. It was very cute. But yeah, I think that's our trip recap there.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Like all of my travels was super smooth, so I don't have any stories. I was like, damn, how is you're the only one running into all of those?
Yeah, I sure did have travels. Oh yeah, and then our fucking
Uber
the one
Eats?
time we got Uber Eats to the fucking hotel, and because we were out like kind of late, and then we got back and we were hungry, so we got Uber. We got like Indian food in Toronto, like Uber Eats. And it was so bad. Coconut got to see it in real time. First of all, it took fucking forever. It was like estimated time arrival, 30 minutes. And then an hour later, the food arrived.
Yeah, it took literally an hour. It's
missing our drinks. It doesn't have naan. And there was a hair in my butter chicken. And so then I was like, okay, I didn't know there was a hair yet. But then I was like, you know, I'm so fucking tired and hungry. I don't fucking care. We're going to pay an extra $30 or whatever to Uber Eats some naan and drinks from a different Indian place that's closer. So then we Uber Eat again, but the second time Coconut was like, let me push it because you're cursed, and we don't want this to be cursed. I was like, you're right. So Coconut pushed it. Everything came super fast. It was all great. And then as I was eating my butter chicken, there was a fucking hair in it. And I was like, you know what? It's midnight and I'm really tired and I'm really hungry. And I'm just going to eat this stupid butter chicken, even though it had a hair in it. And I was like crying into my food as I ate it. So it was a good time.
Yeah.
A good time. Did you get a refund for your missing items at least? I think I did. I filed a complaint. I don't remember. Again, I was delirious. I half awake the entire time. I'm not gonna lie. Did you eat the hair? No, I pulled the hair out and I just ate the food like
Why would
like
you think you should eat the hair?
good child. A child? Normally if there's hair in my food, I literally gag and I can't eat the food. But I think I was just like so tired and hungry that I was like, I cannot be bothered. Like I don't fucking care. I'm just gonna eat this.
Yeah, it was a lot. Lots of traveling.
Oh, and I also ate A&W twice because it was just that good. I'm glad.
I got
the Uncle Burger and then I got the Teen Burger.
The Teen. Yeah. After all these years of me going like, oh yeah, A&W is so good here, like, you know.
I'm surprised that your Wendy's is bad though, because I still do like Wendy's as well.
Like, for you, Wendy's is comparable to A&W that you ate here, right?
Yes.
It's not at all here.
Oh.
It's so basic and like mid compared to A&W here.
I see.
Although it may just be like my area. I don't know about all of Canada, obviously. Yeah, so maybe we should have done a eating comparison in like Montreal or Toronto. Yeah. A taste test and seeing. But for me, yeah, it's super mid.
I see. Well, next time I'll have to go again when I'm not as hungover. Probably I'll try to make another trip sometime. I had a really good time and a lot of good food. I want to go to that brunch place again. Although you said there was like a different one too that you were recommended that I'd like to try next time.
Yeah, it was like a more hip place that was recommended.
No, but I really liked the place that we went a lot too. That was really good.
Nice. Yeah, maybe when you're not so
dead
hungover.
Yeah, when I'm not literally dying. But okie dokie. Thank you, Coconut, for hanging out with me also during the trip. I had a really good time. It was super fun.
Same. Thank you for coming in to visit.
Yeah.
Next time I'll visit you.
Yes, please. I hope you can visit soon.
I just have to, save up a lot because my Monopoly money means nothing there. So.
Oh, you're right. Your Monopoly money does mean nothing here. And Southern California is very expensive for no fucking reason, honestly.
Yeah, literally all my savings will just be like, pouring out.
Yeah,
it's like a liquid pool.
We'll just do another thing if you visit. We'll do an off collab and then I'll ask chat to buy us dinner and be like, if you want us to eat at a nice place. Yeah. I was looking at my credit card bill and I was looking at the fucking barbecue place that I was like, what is this $600 bill on my account? And I was like, oh, it was from the barbecue. I was like, I forgot it was $600 for the barbecue. And I was like, oh, what is this $600 bill? Oh, that was Disneyland, right? Righto. That was the thing that also happened. Anyway, that's Southern California stuff. It is, but it was really good. And you know what? Chat paid for it. It was $600 on my credit card, but it wasn't necessarily my own money.
Yeah. I mean, you're hurting for like a few, until the pay comes, but
yeah. But it's a fancy all you can eat Wagyu place. So it's expected. That's true. And it was quite a lot of people. Yeah.
Oh, the trip to like Canada must have seen like nothing in comparison.
Well, I don't know about nothing. I don't normally eat all you can eat Wagyu. That was very much a once in a lifetime experience for me.
What do you mean? You just said Monopoly means nothing.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Everything was free in Canada. Exactly. It was really nice.
Yeah, everything is free.
except my credit card company is gonna be like knocking on my door very soon, being like, "Yeah, you thought it was free."
It smelled like maple. That can't be real money.
It can't be real money. How could that be? And it's clear and plastic. It's literally Monopoly money.
It's colorful and pretty.
You can't. It's color coded. You can't convince me that that's not Monopoly money.
And it's shiny and holographic.
Yeah, it's literally see through. Like you can't. No, it's Monopoly. That's not money's fake. Okay.
Wow. Okay, but yeah, you have to go, right?
I have to go. Thank you so much, chat, for the welcome back. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Kokune, thank you for letting me stay at your place and thanks for hanging out. Thank you for taking time out.
Of course.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. Had a really good time.
We'll try to do more eventually. We'll see. Yeah.
I was surprised at how cheap flights are from Toronto anyway to California. So
I may have to just travel to Toronto and go to Cali that way, but we'll see. Because it definitely was not that cheap for me.
No,
like literally three times the price at least.
Going back from Goddess Land was definitely a lot more expensive, so we'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Alrighty,
Leo2.
Talk to you guys later, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.